for the millions and millions around the world. It's Tractorchute Monday. Today we got ourselves another good game from the breakfast man himself. In the lower left-hand corner, it is Hashbrows as the blue Protoss. In the upper right corner, we have the alien, the mutant, the firemage. And if that isn't an intimidating name, I don't know what is. Maybe he's going to make himself some crispy hash browns. Woo! Here we go now. We're going to start this game off with typical Bronze League, Silver League fashion, as bronze is firemage, silver is Hashbrows. Placing that pylon down at the bottom of the ramp there, right inside of his soon-to-be natural, I would have to imagine. Up here, we're getting the spawning pool out nice and early. Looks like a 6 pool by the looks of it here. This could be interesting, folks. Hashbrows moving across that map. He got himself a good old blue little probe there going slowly across the map. If we speed this up here, I bet she doubles in speed. Gets up there, got some patrol points going up there. Isn't really going to see anything super special, but might be able to tell by the timing that the spawning pool's coming up that there are going to be some dogs pretty darn early here, and he better get his earth into gear, if you know what I mean. Overlord out almost bang on time, a little bit late, but fair enough. And we are pumping out the Zergs in here. Sorry, Hashbrows there electing to put up the assimilator. Not entirely sure why you attacked it. That kind of defeats the purpose of a 6 pool. But who am I to judge that Bronze League move there? Here he comes there with the dogs there. And if he's a little bit late, we're really going to know that the timing of doing that might have been a big mistake. But either way, 6 dogs on a 6 pool usually don't beat many people nowadays there, unless you are bronze low end. Here we go. The dogs are slowly getting across the map here. On the other end, we have a wall coming up here. Does have another pylon. A little bit surprised he didn't lay the cannon down right when he's seen this happening here. And I'm going to assume that the dogs are smart. They're going to run right through that, go right to the middle line, see what kind of damage they can do. I'd like to not think they're going to attack anything. Nope, they don't, of course. We're going straight to the mineral line. All these probes here going to be in a little bit of trouble. Could see a bit of a probe loss here. Here we go. Moves them off the line here. Getting them all out of here. Does go for the Nexus here. Not the best move, as now he's getting surrounded here. Very well done by Hashbrows here. Should melt away the rest of these dogs here quite handily. Is, of course, going to take some loss there. Let's take a boo there. Only 2, so did very well at maintaining the minimal losses here. But here we go at the other end now. We have the 3 on the gas right away here, so we are getting a little bit heavy on the gas. Don't have a roach worn out quite yet. Don't know if he's going to start committing to the dogs here. But by the looks of it, if he doesn't have a roach worn out right away, more likely he's looking to make that commitment to these dogs here. Probe still sitting out there. Oh, Hashbrows. Little tiddlywinks, we're going to call that, guys. He's sitting at the other end here, just going to relax outside the base. Going to be able to see the dogs when they come blasting by again, because I can only imagine these dogs are going to go right down the other end. Is the only reason I can picture him building up this many dogs. Does have... oh, wow, a lot of drones. I'm surprised he didn't pump some more dogs out here and go for the prayer early. Not that would have worked, as Hashbrows has a full-on wall, so maybe that's a stupid move by me, and firemage is much more brilliant than I am. Is going to get the metabolic boost here, so he can get a little bit of wheels on those little tiny dogs, if you know what I mean. Anyways, he's getting out some more drones here. Is heavily on the gas here now. 3-3 on the gas here. Going metabolic boost on the other end here. Hashbrows has expanded out here. No expansion for firemage as a Zerg. You gotta get that out nice and early when you falter on your 6 pool rush. So if you take that into considerations, Hashbrows is way ahead in this one here. And let's take a look what he's got here. He's got a cyber core going down here on the 2 gate and the forge. No upgrades yet on the way. Really kind of curious why we don't have a roach warren or at least a hatchery out for firemage, as by this point in the game is 6 minutes 30 seconds. He's got to have either one of those put up in order to make a good game out of this. Otherwise, he is going to get himself a little bit of decimation here. But maybe waiting for the metabolic boost, and the stack of dogs has 20 dogs on the field now. He's getting a little serious. We're getting a little leggy, and this should be an attack pretty quick here, I'd like to see. Does have 2 more overlords coming out. Maybe he's not stacking up for an attack. I'm just a little bewildered by the fact that we have 22 dogs on the field, no expansion, and no roach warren. Yep, I'm not even going to try and analyze that. We'll just find out what the heck he's going to try doing here. Already getting some more drones out here, really committing to the 1 base play. Hashbrows on the other side there does have a couple Z-lots out in the field. A little tiny probe having a rest. You work for Hashbrows, you get a rest whenever you want. You know what I mean. On the other end there, none of his drones get a rest. They all go straight to work. We are getting out the second... What? We're getting out a second spawning pool. You tell me why that's done in the comments, because I have no freaking idea why you'd ever build 2 spawning pools in one base. Alright, we're getting a little bit silly here. Not entirely sure what the whole plan is here. Do have layer tech coming out here now. I got a really good feeling that firemage is going to get raped if you build a spawn, especially at the 8-minute mark. 8-minute mark puts down his second spawning pool, so not entirely sure. But, like I say, if you know what it is, maybe you're a super low-end Bronze League player, and it's a standard move, for all I know, is getting some more dogs out here. Maybe isn't convinced that he could build a Roach Warren or any other units aside from dogs. Now, he does have a fairly good dog count on the field. Let's take a boot. 28 dogs on the field. We got 1 mothership, 1 stalker, and 2 zealots. The worker count is fairly even so far, other than the fact that Hashbrows does have out an expansion here, does put down a 3rd cannon here, which definitely will be enough. Finally, at the 9-minute mark, are getting expansion from firemage here, working on these straight dogs, and we are also getting an overseer, maybe a little bit concerned of what Mr. Hashbrows might be going here. Layer Tech has basically wrapped us up here, so hopefully we see something like a Hydralisk Den and an Evo Chamber. Apparently we are going to go Hydra Dogs, not a common build, probably not an effective build, but it's a build. Anyways, on there we also have some dogs, some drones, some overlords coming out here. The other end, like you say, fairly good wall off here, is macroing up like you wouldn't believe. This little tiny probe here still taking his little break. We got little twiddlywinks down here. This guy we're going to call Henry. Henry, the happy man. Henry, let's do it again. Henry, the happy probe. All right? We're getting a couple more gas out of Hashbrows here. He's got all sorts of macro going on. Is going into a Stargate / Robo up top there, giving himself all sorts of options. Twiddlywinks down here, really taking another break here as he did look around, making sure there wasn't a 3rd out. I don't even know if he actually knows the expansion's out. Let's take a look here. Yes, he does know, because he has 2 zealots there. That would be one good reason you can find out the expansion out. Oh no, the dogs! He's now going to find out he is up against a man with a lot of dogs. He's going to get as many dog kills as he can, as they cannot get the full surround on him here. No worries though, finally getting some Hydras out in the field here. 11 minutes and 30 seconds in here, and we're now going to get some of them. We still don't have a Roach Warren. Getting the Hydra attack range, should see the speed shortly after, I would have to imagine here. With the second spawning pool, he didn't really do anything with it. Maybe he was hoping he'd get some sort of bonus to it. Oh, I see now. What happens here is you get the 2 spawning pools and you put them that exact distance apart. Everything in between gets a little bit of a boost of attack, and that's what he did. Very well done. Very well in the lower level leagues. They use that move all the time. I believe it's a 10% attack range and 10% attack speed you get just by having 2 spawning pools that distance from each other here. Is getting the second Evo Chamber out here, so really going to work on those upgrades. There's the Hydralisk speed coming out here. A little bit surprised we haven't got no Hive to move into some Ultralisk. Would be pretty damn sick. On the other end here, Hashbrows is quite happy just sitting there, not moving out of his base yet. The only time he has, I guess, is when the 2 zealots came warping in here. Still not entirely sure why we have a proxy pylon sitting in the natural here. Apparently, he is the least observant person in the world, being a fire mage. I guess you don't pay attention to what's around you. He's going to put up a bunch of spine crawlers here. Going to guard this natural here. On the other end, Observer's going to go up there. He's going to see not a whole heck of a lot. But then again, Hashbrows doesn't have a whole heck of a lot for an army yet either, but he definitely has a good macro game going here. So the Observer now has seen exactly what he's going to be up against here. So he's just going to sit right on the outside of the base here. Still a lot of spine crawlers over here. Way over here, he's placed down a couple more gateways here. Does look like he is going to go with the Thermal Lance. Hey, there's another one there. He gets a little break. Like I say, you work for Hashbrows, you get all sorts of breaks. I don't know what the pay's like, but you get a lot of breaks. You work for Hashbrows. Up here, yep, Steam guy gets a break up here. I guess this other guy up here must have got promoted. Yeah, he must have got promoted here. We could be head probe, I guess, here. Head probe gets to sit in the main base. Assistant probe sits over here. And the third probe, used in case the other probes die, gets stuck way the heck down here at the other end. The shittiest probe position you can get as a head leader. I'd like to really be kind of curious if we're going to move out of this Hydra dog build, or maybe the Hydra dog build is something he's going to stick with. Double Evo upgrades are pounding out left, right, and center so far. Is doing very good with his larva injects, so I must say I am impressed with that. Is getting 2 more gas up there. Doesn't really need them unless he plans on teching up into some sort of Ultralisk or something bigger that actually is going to start using that gas up. Down here, Hashbrows still quite happy just sitting in his base here. How about we speed this up here so one of these guys decide, it may be time to attack some point in time here. Macroing the heck out of this, are getting 3 more gateways up here. Twilight Council and a Dark Shrine. Think he's trying to get one of every building. Gets the Void Ray out, gets the Colossi out. Very well done. Is starting to stack up with a good army here. We are 97 to 90 in the food count, 16 minutes in here. Has got Zealot legs already here. Is now moving out here. Let's slow this down so we can keep up with this very fast looking army here. They're all coming down here. Twiddlywinks down here is building up a pylon, so we warp in a few more. I'm going to imagine some darkies are going to warp in here. Would be my assumption if I know any better. Decides to drop a cannon down. Oh, double cannon. Are we going to do the super contain? This is what I call the raging rookie contain. Drop cannons down left, right, and center here. This could be funny. Other than the fact I really don't think that fire mage is going to come down here. He's going to let his spine crawlers go to work and hope he can stick in it that way. Let's speed this up a little bit here. Till these cannons finish here. There's the darkies on the field now. Now we're getting a fairly big army up here with those spine crawlers. Could be a little bit tough, but does get some more zealots there. A little bit more of a meat shield here. Very well done. Is really committing to this, getting another cannon out here. Has the Archon out here, so maybe he isn't going to go quite. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Now he's got the Darkies in there mixed with the Archons. There's the Colossi getting the damage from the backside there. Is going to rape through these spine crawlers here. I don't think that Fire Mage likes what he sees. He's sitting up top there. Really doesn't want a piece of this. He does have the Overseer. Here he goes. He's got to engage. You got to get him off the ramp, buddy. Got to move him down the ramp, buddy. Got to move him down the ramp, buddy. Of course. What do you expect? When you're bronze, you stand on the ramp and get in everybody's way. If I was in the back there, I'd be pretty pissed off right now. Now he decides, you know what, I've lost enough units. Time we move down the ramp here. Colossi are going to have a heyday in the back here. Does look like Fire Mage may be able to fend this off here, but those Darkies are shredding. No, not a chance. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt here, trying to help out, but that's not going to happen. Got to imagine he's going to give the GG here pretty quick. Is bringing in some more units. Did have a good upgrade count. I will give him that. But just too much of an army here. Let's take a look here. Did have 2 for ground weapons, 1 for armor, none for the air. Doesn't need it. That looks like a raping. Very sorry to Fire Mage. Very well done by Hashbrows. I gotta say, that double spawn pool was the stupidest move I've ever seen. Pray he learns from this. Doesn't do it again. I hope he watches this and has learned his lesson. Never build 2 spawning pools unless you're partially retarded. I'm going to leave you with the time when I went up to Knox Mountain. I seen the pine tree growing on the right-hand side. You know what I did? Just don't let your mama know. Thank you so much for watching. Replace the Tractorchute at gmail.com. You be good. Don't hurt nobody. Peace.